They say love turns people blind. In my case, it turned me into a fool. 3 years I gave to Ethan. 3 years of making excuses for his late-night meetings, his cold hands that never reached for mine anymore, and his phone that was always on silent. And I saw it. The way she clung to him like she belonged. The way he smiled at her like I never existed. My best friend, my maid of honor, and my fiancé. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I walked into that restaurant like I belonged there. "Don't stop on my account," I said, setting my phone gently on the table. "I just came to drop off the ring." Their heads snapped up like deer in headlights. "Ella." Ethan stood abruptly, knocking over his wine. I held up a hand. "Save it. I'm not here for explanations." A flicker of guilt crossed Claire's face. She had the audacity to look sorry. I turned to her. "Did you even hesitate, Claire? Or was this your plan all along?" She opened her mouth, but I cut her off with a smile. "No, it's fine. Actually, thank you both." Ethan frowned. "Thank you." "Yes. For the humiliation. For the betrayal. For turning me into someone people whisper about. Biz now. You've given me a reason to stop being sweet, Ella. And start being the version of me you both never saw coming." I walked away that night with my heart in pieces, but with a plan. 6 months later. The tabloids couldn't get enough of the story. Ethan Reed's ex-fiancée Ella Monroe signs modeling contract with Matteo Vieri, billionaire playboy rumored to be off the market. Let them talk. What they didn't know was that Matteo wasn't just a fling. He was Ethan's worst nightmare. His former boss. The man Ethan envied for decades. And the only one who could help me ruin him professionally and emotionally. I didn't expect to fall for Matteo. Not really. But the way he looked at me like I was made of fire and he was ready to burn was addicting. One night after a charity gala, he looked at me from across the balcony. "Ella," he said, voice low, "you've had your revenge. You've crushed Ethan's company, turned Claire into a scandal, and walked through the ashes untouched." I swallowed hard. That was the plan. He stepped closer. "Then why do you look like you're still hurting?" I hesitated, then whispered, "Because I didn't plan on falling for the man helping me destroy the love I once thought was everything." His eyes searched mine. "Then let me give you something real." I reached for his hand, but before I could speak, I heard a voice behind me. "Ella." I froze. Thin. Hooked hollow. Tired. Desperate. "I've lost everything," he said, eyes fixed on me. "My job. My reputation. Claire left the moment things went south." I didn't move. "You were the only person who truly loved me," he whispered. "And I threw that away. But if there's even a piece of you that still cares." "I don't," I cut in coldly. "You threw me away like I was nothing. Now you get to feel what that's like." Matteo placed a hand on the small of my back, protective. Ethan's jaw clenched. I leaned in, voice soft. "You should have chosen me." Then I turned and walked away. It started with flowers. White roses. The ones I used to keep by my desk when I worked late, when I was still in love, still hopeful. I threw them away without reading the cards. Then came the messages. Emails. Handwritten letters. A voicemail I never listened to but couldn't bring myself to delete. But the moment I saw him again, I knew. Ethan Reed wasn't here to apologize. He was here to rewrite history. It was raining when he showed up outside Matteo's penthouse. I opened the door in silk pajamas and bare feet. His eyes drank me in like I was both salvation and punishment. "Ella," he said, soaked and shivering. "I need to talk to you." I crossed my arms. "Talk fast." "I made the biggest mistake of my life," he said. "Claire was a mistake. A shallow, meaningless disaster. But you were home." I laughed, bitter and hollow. "Funny. You didn't say that when you were kissing her 2 nights before our wedding." He stepped forward. "I wasn't thinking. I was scared. You were everything, and I didn't think I deserved you." "No," I said, cool and clear. "You didn't." He flinched. "I lost everything after you left," he continued. "And I kept thinking, if I could just go back. If I could undo it all." I stepped outside, closing the door behind me so Matteo wouldn't hear. "Why now, Ethan?" I asked. Why try so hard to win me back when I'm finally happy again? He looked away. Because you still love me, he whispered. Don't you? Silence. I wanted to scream yes. I wanted to shake him, cry, collapse into the memory of the boy I once adored. But that version of Ethan was gone. And so was the version of me who would have taken him back. Instead, I gave him the truth. I did love you, I said. So much that it shattered me. But I stitched myself back together without you. No. I love someone who never asked me to shrink to fit inside his ego. His face fell. That man, Matteo. He started, voice cracking. He's not you and me. He doesn't know you like I do. No, I agreed. He doesn't know the broken girl who waited up at 3 a.m. wondering why her fiancé didn't come home. He knows the woman I became after I buried her. His eyes welled. Please, he whispered. Just one more chance. Let me prove I've changed. The door opened behind me. Matteo stood there, calm and composed, his presence steady like the eye of a storm. She doesn't need proof, Matteo said. She needs peace. Ethan looked between us. And for the first time he understood. He'd already lost. I turned to Matteo and reached for his hand. Goodbye, Ethan, I said without looking back.